Clash of Clans just released some of the hugest buffs to free-to-play that we have ever seen. From faster upgrade times and better resource management to making gems and equipments more obtainable, this update is a game changer for all free-to-play players, along with massive quality of life improvements. And I'm going to be talking about all this, sprinkled in with some tips and tricks on how to make yourself more efficient with all the new changes. So be sure to stay till the end and enjoy the video. And let's start off by talking about gems, the number one resource that everybody needs. In Clash of Clans, there are many ways to obtain gems, most notably clan games, achievements, magic items, challenges, and removing obstacles. But guys, with the new update, one of these methods is entirely broken. So, you're missing a few equipments, maybe you started the game late and missed a few, or took breaks, and buying every single epic equipment is a very steep and treacherous path. But I just discovered a method to mass-produce gems, and it utilizes CWL medals. So, if you guys didn't know, if you head over to the League shop, the entire thing was revamped and repriced, where you can directly buy epic equipments. Right now, the Giant Gauntlet and Frozen Arrow are the only two on sale, but we're gonna find a way around that, and I'm gonna explain that right now. Resource potions are on sale for only 5 CWL medals. To put that into perspective for you guys, every CWL medal is worth 2 gems. Insane, right? What's even crazier is the fact that you can get upwards of 500 CWL medals every clan war league, meaning if you're at the top ranks, you can generate 1,000 gems in a single CWL by selling your resource potions. Guys, it's an absolute no-brainer. Please utilize this before it gets patched. For progression, the gems are not worth it, but if you're missing epic equipments or you need gems for some reason, liquidate all your CWL medals into gems and purchase everything you can right now because the price is just too good. And I take credit for discovering this, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Also, Clash of Clans realized that 1 CWL medal is worth 2 gems. So they put the Giant Gauntlet and Frozen Arrow at 750 CWL medals. But guys, you get the exact same conversion to resource potions. Meaning, you don't limit yourself to Giant Gauntlet and Frozen Arrow. If you sell 750 CWL medals, you will get 1,500 gems. Meaning you can take your sweet happy self over to the trader shop and buy any other equipment that you want because, you know, Frozen Arrow and Giant Gauntlet aren't that strong. You might want to buy a Fireball, you might want to buy a Spiky Ball, or Rocket Spear. So if you want those other equipments, just sell all of them for resource potions and you can choose which equipment you want for the exact same price. It's important to remember that this is subject to change. I am nicknaming it the jacobclashes method. But that's going to do it for the gems and equipments. Let's move into resource management. Resource management has got a lot better over the years. Back in the old days, you used to be overflowing on elixir, and they've done a really great job, starting off by allowing you to upgrade walls with elixir, giving them more of a use. Then it was too much dark elixir, so they provided pet upgrades, and you never seem to be overflowing on one specific resource, which I love. But just recently, they added the alchemist, and I actually talked about this in a video before it came out, and before I even knew it was coming to the game. I was saying they should add resource trading to Clash of Clans. I think it would be really cool and would allow free-to-play players to trade certain resources that they don't need at the current moment into something they do need for an upgrade. I absolutely love the Alchemist, and I feel like it was the most necessary helper that should have been added to the game, whereas you have stuff like the Builder's Apprentice, who's okay. Lab Assistant, he's alright, but let's be real, you already get a lot of lab potions from your raid medals, so I feel like the Alchemist was the most warranted helper. The only problem with her per se is the fact that when you upgrade her, the return just kind of gets worse and worse, and you start spending more gems the higher you go for even less return. So I'm sure some smart person has figured out what's the minimum that you need for it to be worth it. But right now, I don't have those statistics. But again, if gems is your problem and you don't want to spend money, use the gem method that I just taught you. Study up on what you should spend those gems on, and it will help your progression massively, guys. One thing I recommend especially is trading dark elixir for gold, because the amount that you have to trade is a lot less, and in my opinion, it's an extremely fair trade-off. At level 1, 10,000 dark elixir into 1.5 million gold. That looks extremely worth it. I'll pop up a chart from the Clash of Clans wiki, but at max level, you can trade 70,000 dark for 10.5 million gold or elixir. I don't know how many times I can use the word word insane before I wear it out, but that's nuts, especially when you take into account that free-to-play players are often gonna have a lot more dark than pay-to-play, because most of them are on the game grinding attacks more often to earn those resources, and dark has become increasingly harder to get rid of due to them halving the prices on the hero upgrades and laboratory upgrades. So to summarize everything I just said, if you are gonna use the alchemist, be sure to spend your dark elixir and don't upgrade him to max level. A solid level to stop at would be level 3 after looking at this chart because of the solid conversion bonus, and it's double level 1. That is if you're stingy with your gems. But transitioning over to all the quality of life updates that just hit with this update and some more things to utilize for your efficiency. First up being, all the raid medal prices on loot have been decreased, making grinding for clan games feel more worth it. So if you're on a time pinch and you don't really like farming that much, doing a few attacks in your clan capital can supply you with roughly 15 million golden elixir if you spend it all on loot, which you probably won't. But again, really like this change, and I think it's still fair because you can't buy unlimited stock and have to wait in between purchases. Along with this, the loot in the Clan War League shop was also reduced to 15 CWL medals per 2.5 million gold and elixir. Of course, not all players want to spend their hard-earned CWL medals. By all means, use the gem method I told you, and maybe spend your gems on the lab assistant, the builder apprentice, or the alchemist for long-term progression gains rather than short-term just buying loot, you know what I'm saying? Because anybody can farm for loot, and I feel like this change will benefit a lot more of the casual people, free to play or not. Just makes your experience a lot more enjoyable, and you have more options for getting loot. I really like it. Another quality of life change they added was the wall upgrading, and it literally makes me want to upgrade my walls because it's so simple that you can tap and it selects only the same wall as yours. So if you got a bunch of low level ones, you can just tap +1 +1 +1 and upgrade them all at once and spend a whole storage full. Overall, making upgrading walls a better experience, but let's be real, do walls even matter in Clash of Clans? And a few short quality of life changes that don't make a huge impact but I feel are still worth mentioning is that you don't need builders anymore to remove your obstacles. Again, minor change, but I really like it. Forge jobs can now be canceled. I don't even know that people use the forge, but they should honestly just remove the whole builder aspect of the forges. Clash of Clans, if you're listening, I think people might use it if they didn't have to waste their builder for 2 or 3 days. I forget how long it is. Oh yeah, all those balance changes that I talked about with the buffs, nerfs of all those equipments, those have all hit the game. Now the meta for equipments has shifted slightly. I'm not so sure that the electro boots are still as powerful as they were at the start. I have to do a little bit more digging and research of my own before I speak on the topic. But one thing I can say with absolute certainty is you should start saving up all your gems and pouring them into all of your helpers because they're gonna massively help you in the long run, especially if you're free to play, even pay to play. You can get immense value from making small investments. But let me know in the comments if you're gonna be using my CWL gem method, and if you learned something from this video and don't want to miss out on my other content, be sure to leave me a subscribe and like the video to let YouTube know that you enjoyed it, and have a great rest of your day or night. Bye bye.